The ordinary and passive mind collects the standard view of life from the minds of others into an assembly of apparent truth which then defends itself and dismisses any other. It is the prison and prism of our cognitive paradigms. In the background of this constraint, I am wondering this morning about the first female vampire. So when I say first female vampire, the automations of the machinery of our past cognitive paradigms kick in with their dreadful strength. At any event, I had read this account from a man of God who was shown this. Through the window of the past, and in the window of the event of Genesis chapter 6, one of the watcher angels took on a particular human woman for a wife. His repeated intercourse turned her into the first female vampire. So the question here is how such an act from the watcher could transmute the woman. Now the spiritual physics are full of dynamics such as agreements, interfaces, imputations and deference, intention and desires, gates that open and close. So in intercourse we have a whole lot of them at work. In natural intercourse, a gate opens for life to pass and to be brought forth. The wild angel, above, imputed in his wildness a fierce intention of destruction into the woman. Within the act was destructive desire, and in the wildness and pleasure of the moment the woman herself, at first, submitted to the pleasure of the flame that would extinguish her, and then later, on account of the unstoppable angel, succumbed to helplessness, as though from the pathological coping of a hopeless person, who copes as though with one last sigh, giving itself up to the oppression. And this is a true coping mechanism, because we, in our helpless state, and in many cases in this life, can enter the world of an oppressor. The mind uses this technique, however pathological, it yields up to the stronger person. The result, for the woman, was a transmutation of mind, and then a transmutation of a physical body, the code that writes in a layer just below or above the computer code of the DNA itself. There are two codes. The woman may not have changed into a creature with fangs and wings, but she shifted into the shadow layer even as much of her physical body remained anchored into the physical world. Because the deathly code that was imputed on her state dislodged her from regular life and its force, and shifted her internally, and partially by way of her DNA into a shadow layer where she hungered for life. They are forever hungry for life and never find it. Perhaps something similar happened to the culture of the Amalekites, I am not sure, who were blood drinkers and sorcerers. To a lesser extent than the tragic abomination above, a lesser energy dynamic can occur between any couple in intercourse if the one, either the woman or the man, has the dark intention to steal energy from the other, because remember there is a gate that is now open during such an act. It all depends on the strength of intention and emotion of the thief. They can drain life energy. Masochist fetishes work slightly differently. The mind of the brain here simply sublimates, joins, and conflates inner pain, shame, or unworthiness of some sort with and through sexual energy. The operating confines of this dynamic has by itself no significant harm. The problem, or potential problem, is the intruder. Because there is a terrible intruder who can intrude. The danger here mostly applies to the most dedicated masochists, those who willfully apply this thing to their life and view of self. The intruder is new ideas or fantasies of an oppressor, in this case the sadist. The thought or idea of the sadist, in whatever image, is the intruder, and can enter into the remaining mind of the person and live there, and will be abusive, and can destroy the human's entire life. If they move in, they will destroy you. If they move in, they are stronger than you.